Latest in the Gayest podcast is intended for listening by adult members of the LGBTQIA plus community and their allies. Discussions may contain material not suitable for folks under the age of 18. Listener discretion is advised.
This week, Michigan's making money moves for gay rights.
And we reach into our gross green grab bag for St. Patrick's Day. All this and more on the latest.
And the Gayest. Hey y'all, it's St. Patrick's Day.
We really don't give a fuck. It's not a major holiday. It's not, bitch. You act like it's fucking Christmas or whatever.
Fuck you and St. Patrick.
Fuck you and
Damn.
St. Patrick and yo damn snakes. Fuck that,
Wait,
'cause
snakes?
that's what isn't like the whole point of St. Patrick's Day, or like one of the big things about St. Patrick was that he like drove the snakes out of Ireland. Wasn't that like his whole spiel or something?
I don't know. I didn't know there were snakes in Ireland.
Oh, there's snakes everywhere.
Not anymore. Not anymore, apparently.
Oh, no, Mr. Patrick and
Miss Patrick.
yeah, Miss P. She took her Lucky Charms and she took her little four leaf clover and shoved that thing so far up her ass, and it gave her the
Said,
power of the
"Fuck those
leprechaun.
snakes."
She like rounded all those damn snakes up and said, "Not on my watch. Not on my watch. No, bitch. Not in this country that has more drunks per capita than any other place in the entire world."
I mean, I'm giving them a run for their money. And that's what I'm here to fix. That we can't. We're falling behind. We're falling behind.
Do you think the Irish drink as much as people say they do?
I think everyone drinks more than they think they do.
That's-
Everyone drinks more than they do. Every country drinks more than they admit. People drinking, it's fine. If they are, it's fine. Let them live. They're having fun. What are you doing?
Live and let live. What are you doing with your life? Reading a book?
Disgusting. Who would read? Who's literate?
I mean, I do read books, but like,
I forgot. Yeah,
nerd.
despite my glasses,
Nerd?
I am not in my intellectual here. I'm gonna move. I'm moving my camera around so like the light doesn't fucking. Whatever.
All right.
I'm wearing my glasses today.
I mean, she's in her studious era.
Yeah, in my intellectual era, but also, I'm normalize being an intellectual and not reading books.
And normalized being an intellectual without a college degree.
You have the fucking nerve.
It's
Yeah,
St.
yeah.
Patrick's Day.
Fuck you, St. Patrick. It's not even really much fucking holiday. We really don't fucking care.
Fuck you and St. Patrick. It's true. And for those of you who may have forgotten, yeah, it's you don't need
St. Patrick's Day now.
you don't need a college degree to be successful in life.
No.
I
And you
am
also
here,
don't need. No, go ahead.
yeah, I was gonna say I'm here to put that. Josh is here to put that stereotype to rest.
To rest, yes. The
Or
successful part, we're still working on it, but
we'll get there hopefully.
we'll get there. I'm trying to be a role model for kids. Actually, no, I'm not. That's not true.
I
Fuck
was
those
gonna say
kids.
I'm like fuck girl, fuck those kids,
Kids
and
and
fuck
fuck
you
you
too.
too.
Fuck those kids and fuck you too. Is what so first off, hi, hello, welcome to
I was trying to find a way to weasel that in.
welcome to
We went off.
another brand new episode of The Latest in the Gayest here. Welcome back. My name is Alex, and I am here with my wonderful co-host. Hello.
Hey, it's me.
Hey, I'm the
Josh.
problem. It's me.
Have you seen any videos of her tour yet?
Oh, of course.
This
Of
bitch
course.
is swimming and shit. Like, what the fuck?
Oh, absolutely. So
Which I'm a
Speak-
little upset.
that you don't
Because-
have tickets?
No, I don't give a fuck about tickets. But like, I saw like
I was gonna say, I was like, what?
there's this whole water thing going on in her tour, but
Oh.
SZA did the same thing.
The stage
Hmm.
is like they designed it in such a way that I think at like the end of, I can't remember which song it is, but at the end of one of the songs, she does like a dive, like you're diving into a pool,
Mhm.
and she jumps into a hole in the stage, which I'm assuming there's like a mat down below there to like
Hmm.
catch her. But um, she jumps down, and but on the stage, it like shows her like kind of swimming underneath the stage, and
Hmm.
like then she pops up at the front and goes into like her next song. I don't I mean, obviously, I'll be the closest I will be getting to attending the Eras tour is from my laptop, or just
TikTok
kind of, I
lives.
was gonna say, living by proxy through people who on social media. Um, but good luck, Taylor. Wishing you the
Um,
best.
good for
I'm
her.
still, still a little upset that I didn't get anything, and even though I did get like qualified for the shows, but
It is what it is. Oh
but
well, I'm mad because
who holds grudges
it
anymore?
me, I am right now. It's just this whole like water thing that Taylor Swift does. She goes into the water and there's like clouds.
Mhm.
But so there's this whole thing. It's like
Mm,
she's like, because you know how like her album cover, it's like her on that like
yeah. Oh wait, I think I've seen videos of this.
it's so cool. Cause like
You you went to the show, right?
I did. It was amazing. I
How
fucking
was
loved it.
it?
It was so good. She was a prettier person, sang better in live. The visuals were amazing. This is part where like, I mean, it's also like the tours are going on for a while now. So like, if
Yeah.
spoiler alert, I fucking guess, but like if whatever,
If you haven't been to the SZA tour, then switch channels. But
switch channels, yeah. Um, she's like on that like what's it called? Like that like
the
jumpy
diving
jump,
board,
the diving board.
the jumpy jump,
I couldn't think of the name.
the jumpy jump.
She's like starts it like at the end of it, and then like the stick these like
No.
screen comes down and covers her, and then she like jumps off into the water, and then there's
Ooh,
like she comes out, does a few numbers, and then goes back behind stage, and then she's on a boat, and there's a part where the boat like crashes and she's on like a lifeboat.
ooh,
It's so cool. It's so cool.
ooh.
And like the lifeboat, like she's on the lifeboat and it goes like and like on the other side of like the stadium, there's like
Right.
a lighthouse.
Okay.
And she goes over the crowd to the lighthouse and then back, and it's so beautiful.
I love that for
I
her.
wish I could honestly I would go again if I could. If she does like a second leg and they come to like I don't know, Vancouver or some dumb bullshit like that. 'Cause I was like
Vancouver,
maybe
baby.
maybe she'll be in Canada or something and I could go to that one. But no, she already went to Toronto, so I'm like, fuck, I can't do that.
You gonna be driving up all the way to Canada just to
I
see
would. It was so good to see SZA.
Miss
Yeah.
Mrs. Za,
Yes. Yes.
Mrs.
I'll do it
Za,
again.
for
I would
anything
honestly.
for Mrs. Za.
Miss SZA. Yeah.
But
She's literally my queen.
I literally like I I've been torturing myself because I'm like
Oh.
everything I'm I'm so deep into like Swifty talk
Oh no.
that
Swift. Yeah.
like I the day that the tour started in Glendale, Arizona,
Hmm.
I couldn't I was like scrolling through TikTok and I was like, let's play a fun drinking game and see how many videos I can scroll through that are Taylor Swift themed or like Eras Tour themed, and let's see how many times I can like scroll and how many in a row like I can get. And
And let me
like
guess, you ended up in
every
hospital.
time yeah, I just got back this morning, alcohol poisoning. Hey.
Hey, girl.
But like I think the max that I got was 10 in a row. That was like, which doesn't
Wow.
seem that bad in retrospect, but like it was, I mean, it was, I had like my glass of wine and I was like, let's play a fun, drinking game. It's
Fun
called
little drinking game.
every time I'm depressed, I take a drink.
And it's you by yourself in your room.
2 a.m. with a bottle of
Lights off.
Chardonnay, screw cap Chardonnay, just like
Screw Chardonnay.
yeah, just a nice bottle of screw cap Chardonnay. Just contemplating life and wondering far too many things in my head because I overthink everything in existence. And
Mm-hmm.
then the next day, I just wake up and I pull the page and then I just get over it because that's my coping mechanism.
And you know what?
Drinking and masturbation.
And where else can you learn wonderful things like this besides our sponsor today? Better.
And speaking of masturbation, if you really want to take your game to the next level, then do it on a Casper mattress.
Oh my god. Actually, we're gonna
we're
talk about that a little later.
we're
Wearing a
talking about
patch.
masturbation in Casper mattresses.
Oh yeah. Well,
Oh, oh,
I've been looking into because I'm moving in June. I've been
yeah.
looking at getting a new mattress.
Mhm.
Girl, girl,
They're expensive.
they're expensive. It
They're
makes me
really
stressed.
expen. They're really expensive. Like
Stresses me out.
the brand that I have is called Zenus. You can literally buy them on
Seen
Amazon.
this dick.
Z Zinus. I got one I got one for the apartment that I lived in when I was in my senior year for my bed there, and I still have one on my bed today because it's like they're not as expensive as some of the other brands out there like Casper or like whatever that you can like get
Mhm.
delivered to you. But I'm telling you, it's like their green tea, like a memory foam mattress or something like that.
Green
It's
tea.
don't ask, but it's worth
Mm,
it. I promise you.
okay.
It's a good look into it. It's a good brand. I highly recommend like to anybody who wants to get like one of those mattresses in a box, but like doesn't want to have to go to a mattress store or anything like that, but also doesn't want to pay $600 for a new mattress to be delivered. Like I think mine was maybe like 300, maybe
That's
like
not bad. That's not
two
bad at all.
250 something around there.
Because I've been seeing these 2,000, 3,000, $5,000
Oh,
kind of mattresses.
there some of them out there are wackadoodle
It's an old maiden type
wacka
of price.
whack-a-diddly doodle ding dong do.
It
Um,
stresses me out.
ding dong ditch. And
I'm just gonna get
speaking of
everything from IKEA and
ditches,
call it a day.
you know what?
I'm just gonna get everything from IKEA and call it a day. And just be like,
Get you a nice go to IKEA and get you a nice flurgan,
a flirkin, yeah.
a nice Gürtchen splat. I mean I'm Swedish,
That's
but
what the names are.
that's basically it. Like I'm Swedish and I don't even fucking know how to say any of that shit. But
Speaking
speaking
of
of
Guggendorfs,
speaking of Gurgensplatzens, let's take a break. And welcome back. And now it is time to dissect, deliberate, and demonstrate. That's not a word.
no,
Um,
demonstrate
demonstrate, sure. Let's go with
the
that.
new. We put the demonstrates in
Some
news. Like,
news with everyone's favorite gay news segment, Queer Quandaries. All right, let's get into some news. So, as we
news.
know, there have been quite a lot of anti-trans bills going around recently, and Kansas has is still quite living up to their reputation. Um, for
Mm,
for the third year in a
boo.
row, Kansas Governor Laura Kelly, a Democrat, has vetoed an anti-transgender sports bill, but this year legislatures may override her. In her veto message on House Bill 2238,
Mm.
Kelly said the regulations of the Kansas High School Activities Association are sufficient to ensure fairness in sports. She also said, I've said before, we all want a fair and safe place for our kids to play and compete. That's why I support the Kansas State High School Activities Association, which was set up to ensure nobody has an unfair advantage on the playing field. The legislature would, the legislature should let the association do its job. This bill would have barred trans girls and women from competing in female-based sports in teams kindergarten through 12th grade in like clubs, public colleges, after-school activities, so on and so forth. There are only 3 trans athletes participating in school sports in the state right now, according to the Topeka Capital Journal. Legislatures have 30 days from the time they receive Kelly's official veto notice to attempt an override. According to the Associated Press, Republicans have more than 2/3 majorities in both chambers needed to override a veto, but in 2021 and 2022, a few GOP moderates voted against overriding Kelly's bill. The White House, the House and the Senate vetoes on this year's bill. The House and the Senate votes on this year's bill suggest support could have just enough votes to prevail. There's currently 18 states that have restricted trans participation in school sports. Kansas is just, they're not the first of many, but they certainly are not the last of many. The Human Rights Campaign was very happy about Kelly's veto. They said anti-equality legislatures in Kansas have spent years repeatedly targeting a small group of already marginalized young people who want to play sports for the same reason all students do: to learn sportsmanship, self-discipline, and teamwork, and to have fun. Now, this is like, I mean, I feel like at this point, we shouldn't, it's something that I would expect from Kansas. So it's something I can't say that I'm surprised. Exactly.
Disappointed, but not surprised.
I'm at the same time, I'm not like, Kansas, what the heck? Like, it's Kansas.
What's in Kansas, anyways?
That's
Get rid of the state. Throw it away.
Kansas and Florida.
Pennsylvania.
Blow them off the map.
Also, while we're at it, let's get rid of
We can grow potatoes.
Home with a potato? No.
Potatoes.
No. I don't go.
They'll be fine.
I don't agree. We can. Let's throw away Kansas and Florida, but we're gonna conquer Idaho.
Make Idaho great again. Make Idaho great again.
Ossify Idaho. Yes.
I'm like, I feel like at this point, they're just like, they're so.
It feels mean spirited because there's literally only 3 of them
in the entire in the entire
you're trying
state
to you're pretty much attacking these 3 kids.
So I don't even.
Yeah, it feels very mean spirited. It's something that clearly is not happening on very many instances, so I don't know why they're making a huge deal out of it.
Yeah,
I don't know.
It's messed up, but at this point, I'm like, I also don't. I shouldn't expect anything less from these garbage states.
Hope for more, but expect less.
Exactly.
At this point. All right, I hate to be a downer again.
I mean,
because it's a lot of content warning.
Let's at least get the bad stuff out of the way.
Oh, yeah, this is pretty deep. According to an article written by Miles Clee for Rolling Stone, a Saudi trans woman committed suicide after sorry, I wrote this weird. After having reestablished contact with her family. So basically, um, Eden Knight um was reached. She is. It's. I'm just kind of like
Yeah.
give a timeline what happened. Um, so she was going to school in where is it? George Mason University for Computer Science. I think
Okay.
it's in Virginia. And there's an issue with her scholarship. She's trans, male to
Right.
female, um, and she had something fucked up with her scholarship. So she lost her housing and her like immigration
Okay.
status, I suppose. But as a trans individual, she knew going back to Saudi Arabia would be like it's pretty
Right.
much off the table. I can't really do that. So they were in Georgia for a while with friends, and then a U.S. security firm reached out to them to try to fix the rift between
Hmm.
her and her family. And she was eventually convinced to move to D.C., uh, where a Saudi lawyer was basically given like not I don't say custody, but was charged with like watching over her, and was facing a lot of pressure to detransition and basically take a step back from that and like and because it was very the parents or her parents were very conservative Muslim individuals and they
Right.
didn't believe in any of that. So they're trying to get her to come back home and to detransition. And after a while, she was eventually taken back to Saudi Arabia, where while there, they were denied like hormones and like other things that they
Hmm.
were needed for their transition. And um, eventually, at some point, this led to her taking her own life, and she left a suicide note, I think, on
Oh
Twitter.
wow. On Twitter?
That was pretty heavy.
Huh.
Yeah, on Twitter. You know that twit longer
I think so.
thing?
Yeah.
Makes you like
Mm.
longer tweets. Um, so Eden then but she quit suicide and left the suicide note on Twitter, and I believe the security firm is under investigation in some degree
Yeah.
capacity.
Okay.
So yeah, that's basically
Wow.
the story.
It's this is. I feel like for a while now, trans people have
Hmm.
been under attack, but recently it's been happening a lot more often.
More.
So
Mm.
I don't know.
Well, people like J.K. Rowling and
Yeah.
all the
You
crazies like DeSantis and
well,
March Taylor Greene. People feel
yeah.
emboldened, and
You know what's a little
it's
fucked up though? I said, well, maybe
mm,
not fucked up, but like kind of ironic. I saw this tweet recently where it was a picture of a quote from J.K. Rowling, and she said it was something about like it's not what you are born to be, but who you grow to be. And
mm,
then and then somebody retweeted it and was like, things that have aged poorly, a thread. And
mm, yeah.
yeah, I was gonna say, coming from
Make
her of all people, I'm like, Diva,
this is I don't know about
no.
this bestie,
I mean,
isn't it?
who fucking knows with her anymore? But anyway, not enough about Miss Rowling. Let's get
Yeah.
into some somewhat better news, I guess I should say. Um,
Okay, good.
so recently, Michigan has now been pronounced as the 22nd state in the United States to ban anti-LGBTQ discrimination through legislation. Recently, Governor Whitmer, a Democrat, signed a bill into effect on Thursday. The action caps the action caps decades to effort uh, to expand Michigan's Elliott Larson Civil Rights Act to cover sexual orientation and gender identity or expression. The new protections apply to employment, housing, and public accommodations. So the Elliott Larson Act was passed in 1976, and took effect in 77, banning discrimination based on race, religion, sex, and other factors. The first bill to add sexual orientation to it was introduced in 1983 by Representative Jim Dressel. Um, According to Senator Jeremy Moss, he said for 40 long years, amending Elliot Larson has been the battle cry of our community. Um, in recent years, the expansion of the Elliot Larson thing had stalled due to Republican control of the legislature. But since both houses now have Democratic majority and Michigan has a Democratic governor, this year it has succeeded. There's been some GOPers, however, who have supported the measure in the past, and a few joined Democrats in passing it this year. So it's good that there are some even like Republicans who feel like this, that no one should be discriminated against uh, based on their sexual orientation, which is not something that you see a lot of in this day and age.
But it
Yeah, because
exists.
we have like never been more divided as a country than we have been in the past ever since the Cheeto Chancellor took effect. So,
Hmm.
uh,
It's been
yeah. But
pretty crazy,
anyway,
yeah. Which I mean,
thanks, Michigan.
thanks Michigan. That's the one that's two. That's the state that's like in two,
I think
right?
something like that. Yeah. I don't know. I'll ask
I
Lance
don't know. I
at
have to
some
look it
point.
up. Does
He's
he know a lot
from
about
Michigan
geography?
originally.
What kind of
What?
funky ass? All right.
What kind?
I don't know nothing about
It's
Michigan,
fine. Neither do I.
but
Thanks,
love you,
Thanks,
Michigan.
Michigan. Yeah.
Thanks, Michigan. All right. According to an article written by Stuart Carr for the Daily Mail, Italy has made moves against LGBTQ parents and their rights. So basically, what's going on is a few things to note. So in
Right.
like a gay couple, the only parent that has like paternal rights over the child is the
Mhm.
biological parent. And it raises a lot of concerns and worries with just how that will affect like
Hello.
focus please. Um families in like the long run. Like so let's say if like one parent dies, or the
Yeah.
biological parent dies, and basically the surviving parent has no authority or custody really. Not say custody, but like they have no legal like
Right.
connection to the child anymore. And this is also partially the issue because other things that sorry, my brain's a little
Hello.
rattled right now. Part of it makes it like a difficult thing is that surrogacy is also illegal for same sex couples
Oh,
in
okay.
Italy. Uh Civil unions have only been legal since 2016, so this is already like it's already such a battle to get these
Right.
families and to get these like
Right.
units formed. And so and also like let's just say like your child is like
Yeah.
needs to go to the hospital or
Yep.
just needs anything. It affects their ability to like cater to the needs of the child if
Yeah.
only one parent can like
Hmm.
do it. But luckily, uh, lesbian Democratic leader Ellie Schlein is pushing legislations to protect the rights of the parents in
Okay.
these situations.
That's good. Good for
So
you.
good for her. She's fighting the good
Snaps.
fight.
Ah. Anyway,
It's hard in these streets.
it do be hard up in these mean streets. Um, yeah, I mean, it's it's very rare nowadays that the news brings some kind of joy. So
Yeah, I try.
I know
I
I did.
looked.
The
So I
closest
did try.
thing that I could find was I mean, this one's kind of good. This isn't really like a, but for those of you who are on TikTok or whatever, this week or this past week, by the time the episode comes out, the marvelous Mrs. Mulvaney celebrated her 365th day of being a girl. Dylan Mulvaney, who is a trans TikTok star,
Yay.
she has been doing her little diary of like every day, like this is day whatever of being a girl, transitioning, and like the facial feminization surgery that she got. And recently, for the 365th day of being a girl, she did a show at the Rainbow Room in New York, and she got to do this like whole big production.
Hmm.
Um, and I saw like bits and pieces and like through Instagram and TikTok or whatever, but she looked fierce and she looks so good, and I'm so happy for her. Like she's getting like her whole fantasy, and like I love it so much. So cheers to the marvelous Mrs. Mulvaney for being
Yay.
360
Woo.
something. I don't know. I was gonna say
More
now it's
now.
more. Now she is officially over a year of being a girl, and cheers to many more. So good job, Dylan. We love
Slay.
her dress, by the way, for that show. Oh my god, so cute. It was like a
Slayed.
cute little ball gown moment, and then she did like a number with Brene Rapp, who was she's in that show The Sex Lives of College Girls on HBO Max, and she's like
Hmm.
she was Regina George in Mean Girls on Broadway. Oh, and she's also going to be who's also
Wow.
going to be portraying Regina George in they're doing like a Mean Girls movie musical. And they have Renee coming
Oh
back to
boy.
play Regina, and I'm very excited about it. Um, but
Perfect.
anyway, speaking of the marvelous Mrs. Mulvaney, let's take a break.
And welcome back. Oh my goodness, that was such a wonderful, lovely break.
It
And
was.
it was. It
Oh
was.
my god.
Really needed it. I want, if you will let me, in which you will because you don't have a choice.
I don't.
I'm talking to the audience, not you, Alex. You could if you
Oh,
wanted to.
okay.
No. I wouldn't read you like that. The audience, fuck y'all. I would like to get into St. Patrick's Day a little bit because I think I'm part. I mean, maybe I'm not part Irish. I think there's some kind of Irish in there within me. I know, like
There's definitely been
my
some Irish in you.
ooh girl. Well, actually,
Hey.
remember I texted you that night. I was like, "There's this guy that I was gonna hook up with." But and
Yes.
I got cleaned up and everything, and but
Hmm.
he lived in Fenway, and if you live in Boston,
Oh,
like
okay.
he lived like right next to Fenway. Like he lived literally across from Tasty Burger, and I was like,
Damn.
that area, the parking is so
Yeah.
bad,
Oh,
and I was
it's
like,
impossible. Because that's near
ugh,
like the House of Blues and shit.
yeah, and they also like using it's bad parking, and they also got rid of most of the parking for bike lanes, so like,
Really?
yes, a lot of it's
That's a
gone.
long way for trade.
And it's yeah, for me, I was like,
Was
mm,
did you
I'll
end
go
up
like,
going?
no, I did not, honey.
Was
I
I was
just
gonna
ended
say,
up.
I'm like, do you think the dick would have been worth it, or?
I think it would have, but I was tired, and I was like, I didn't know. I didn't know
I
you
mean,
were out
honestly
there.
though, like fair.
I was like,
I
and
was
he was
like,
like,
you will get
park at the
no.
Tasty Burger or at the school parking lot. And I'm like, I feel
What?
like I feel like on St. Patrick's Day, the police are gonna be looking for the illegal parkers pretty fiercely.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I was like, I don't know if I'm doing this, dog. And then I tried to find someone else. Oh my god, okay. Okay. I'll talk to you about it during Thursday thoughts, but like something else
Hey.
happened. Something else happened. Something else happened that I gotta talk about.
Oh.
We're
All
gonna talk about
right.
St. Patrick's Day first. So, Alex,
As you may know, by the time this episode is
God
out, St.
damn.
Patrick's Day will have already passed. Well, it's already
Had done been
passed.
passed. Yeah,
Yeah, she done already done had
hers is.
her snakeses. But I mean, as you know, as we know, during the autumnal season, everybody and their mama likes to flavor shit with pumpkin spice, and St. Patrick's Day is no different with the color green.
Hmm.
Everything is green, from someone's beard to like their thong to like just everything in sight that you could imagine. People take to the extreme. It's just green, 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 green.
Mm.
And we
You know
have
what I
decided to
couldn't find?
capitalize on that.
We have decided to capitalize on that.
What couldn't
Something
you
I
find?
looked up. So I was like, just to see if it happened, which I'm a little disappointed in the porn girlies, because I looked up like St. Patrick's Day on like Pornhub
Like
and
a
like all the different like porn. Like, I
like
was
a
expecting like
green
green
dildo or something?
pussies, green dicks, green
Oh, like
balls.
people
I was
dying.
expecting like
You
yes,
wanted to
and
see some green pubic hair?
I love the whole. I want people to be fucking dyeing themselves green
Like
entirely.
all
Nor
of their hair just green, all of their body
yes,
hair just
I
green.
was hoping for like at least one like high camp like all green like this production. I couldn't find one. Not
I mean,
not
not
not a single one.
I mean, not to sound, hopefully this doesn't sound offensive, but um, there's a pornography star that I follow, who is a little person,
Mm.
and I don't know if I haven't checked if he's like if he did anything for St. Patrick's Day, but
Oh my
I
god.
would have thought that would have been like so fierce. But he legitimately like he's a little person, but he does like he got I follow him on Twitter, and like there's just videos of him like in the shower like sucking dick, but like for him it's
Good
at
for her.
mouth level.
Oh, she got a squat.
And like as she doesn't have to get down on her knees to like please no man, she
Interesting.
can just stand up and do it. Which
Mm.
I'm like, honestly, good for you. Good for
Better,
you.
honestly. Probably better
I
for
was,
her back.
I was gonna say it's probably better on the knees. You don't have to get you don't have to get that icy hot afterwards
Yeah,
to
no.
soothe those joints. But
I'm certain
anyway,
something like that exists out there.
the
But yeah, I was
joints.
really expecting no
Oh,
like
green pubic
someone with
hair.
dwarfism doing like the.
Oh,
I'm
for
sure it exists
yeah.
somewhere.
Oh, it
Which okay,
exists.
we can't get into this right now because this is about
Anyway,
St. Patrick's Day.
enough
But
about dwarf porn. Um,
my God,
St. Patrick's Day loves to capitalize on the color green, and we
green.
have decided to do the same. So we're going to go through a list of some of the wildest shit that we could find that people have decided to dye green in honor of St. Patrick's Day.
Hmm.
Now, this one should come as no surprise to people, but a lot of bars like to dye their beer green. They like to
Beer's
put
already so nasty.
See, that's the thing. I don't even drink beer in general. Like I've never liked the taste of it. So,
Me neither.
regardless, I wouldn't be drinking it, but the fact that you've decided to put food coloring in it and make it green in honor of St. Patrick's Day, like no ma'am.
Like that
I
flavor
don't
and that color combo is so gutted and
the
wretched and rotten.
literally like I cannot I don't want to be feeling I don't want to feel like, I'm drinking Shrek's piss.
Ugh.
Like
I mean, some people out there they're gonna be like,
I
yes,
ain't trying to
give me
get
that.
a I'm not trying to get a green shower from Shrek and Fiona. Like, no
And
ma'am.
Fiona. Damn.
Hey, I may be gay, but
When
I'd
it
let
comes to
Fiona
that piss,
I would let Fiona piss on me. Um, what do you
I
got?
am glad to say that I you are alone in that. You are
That
very
I would
alone in
let
that.
Fiona piss on me? Yeah, I love it.
Anyways,
Hey,
something that I found particularly heinous was that Disney Park or whichever I can't remember. Probably all of them did this. Uh,
probably.
they had green corn dogs,
Uh,
which also
all
took me
right.
into like a
So they're like
phallic
dying the
Shrek
batter.
thing. Yeah,
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm assuming they're like dyeing the batter green.
and it's just like a green like outside of like a
It's just
thing.
a green fried stick. Like
I
that
like it.
doesn't sit right with me.
A green fried
But
stick with a hot dog in the middle.
Yeah, see, that's a hard.
Mm.
Once again, I don't want to feel like I'm choking up on Shrek. I'm not trying to
What if it's a cheese
imagine.
hot dog? Oh my
Yeah,
god.
I'm not trying to imagine that I'm giving Shrek the sloppy toppy.
Some of the girlies want that. Some of them want that.
It's true. That is very
Hate it
much a
here.
thing.
Hate it here.
Um, so another thing that I found that I I don't like this item to begin with. Well, I don't know. If it was mixed in with something, maybe, but I can't. This item that I'm going to talk about, I can't just eat it on its own, and I've never understood people who can. Cottage cheese.
Girl,
People dye cottage cheese green for
disgusting.
whatever reason.
Okay,
Like,
we need to start with the cottage cheese part. If you were eating cottage cheese, either like happy
yeah,
retirement or like
no, literally.
die. Like
Like,
get out of here.
cause
If
there's
you were under 80
people
drinking
who
cottage
just
cheese, not drinking, eating, mm-mm, mm-mm, mm-mm.
there's people who just spoon that shit into their mouths or like just eat it. I don't know anyone personally who does this, but like there are people out there who will fully just spoon cottage cheese into their mouths as like a little snack. And I'm like, girl, what? Who? Why? Where? When?
And I
Apostrophe.
don't care about I don't care about those like fucking little cottage cheese packs that have like little fruit in it.
Oh
No,
yeah,
does not
no.
matter.
I
Your little
can't.
pineapple jam is not gonna save you from
No,
hell
putting a
or
strawberry,
damnation.
putting a strawberry chunk in your cottage cheese will not. I'm sorry, Hood, but you ain't getting me.
You're not being slick.
You ain't getting me. But like, I can only. The thing is, I can only eat cottage cheese if it's like mixed in with something, or if it's like, I don't know, if it's on top of something. Like if they're putting, if somebody like spoons a little bit over the top of like, I don't know, maybe a bruschetta or something. Like, I don't know. But yeah,
I mean,
cottage cheese.
when the Italian mafia had me like, interrogated, they fed me cottage cheese. That's the only time that I ate it.
No, okay.
I think that was like it's something that's kind of funny to me. It's like why and why in this place and why this thing.
Okay.
So, in Rio de Janeiro, there's the Christ the Redeemer statue. Do you know what that is?
Oh yeah, yeah. Yep.
That big ass statue, Jesus going like, "Hey,
Yep.
how
Yep.
y'all doing?"
Oh yeah.
They like put green lights on it for St. Patrick's Day.
Really?
Hey, I don't think Jesus gives no fucks about Miss St.
I
Patrick.
was gonna say,
And
I don't
I don't
why
think the
would
people of Rio give two fucks
Jesus
about St. Patrick.
why would Jesus give a shit about Patty and his steaks?
I don't know.
Like, okay, whatever. I also didn't even know that people in Rio
Gave a
celebrated.
fuck. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
about
That's
I guess I always thought that St. Patrick's Day was more of like a white people thing.
it certainly is.
So
Maybe because it's a big city, maybe. I don't know.
that too. Um
But like still who
yeah,
cares? I don't know if like a fucking Hong Kong or Beijing or Tokyo or like I don't know, Bali or Taj Mahal or celebrate.
right. Yeah, no, I
Nowhere
have
in
no
fucking
I just I did not I guess we learn something new
Cairo is
every
not
day.
celebrating. Yeah, you learn
You
something new.
the more you know. Do, 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 do.
Imagination.
Um this next one I found particularly heinous, and I don't think I could ever do this. Are you aware? So you know the popular Dr. Seuss children's book,
Oh
um,
no. Oh
Green
no. I
Eggs and
know what you're
Ham?
I have an idea, but I'm scared. I don't want to get into this.
There are people who take that to the extreme, and they make green scrambled eggs, and they do green eggs and ham for St. Patrick's Day. They fully
Um
just they do the scrambled eggs and they put the food coloring in it, and I I don't know. I can't get into it.
honestly, now that I'm thinking about it, now we're talking about it, I'm remembering when I was young, our teacher for like kindergarten,
Hmm.
we read that book and she made us that.
She made you guys green eggs and ham.
Yeah.
Damn.
And I remember because she was arrested, executed on the spot.
you pulled out your Glock and you were like,
My Desert
"Bitch,
Eagle.
this your AK-47," and said, "Fuck you and your green eggs.
Fuck your green eggs and ham. Oh
Fuck
god, it
you
was.
and your green eggs and your dried up eggs, and get the fuck out of here."
And I remember,
Yeah, that's
I didn't want to eat it because I was like, dog, these eggs are green. This is fucking weird. And they're like, no,
no,
it's tastes
that's
fine. It's just regular eggs, just green food color. I'm like, no, it's against God.
it's weird.
This is not
It's
okay.
I don't. It's a no. It's a
It's a
no
no.
for me.
It's a no for me.
The only like food coloring item that I will accept, unless you can convince me of it somehow, the only food coloring item that I will accept is red velvet cake. But like, cause
Red
red
velvet
velvet,
slaps.
it's literally just chocolate cake, but with red food coloring.
Mm-mm-mm. No, it's not. There's we're about to fight. The amount of chocolate in red velvet is like negligible. So we're about to fight. This gets me hot. Because red velvet, it's about the color, yes, and
Ring
there's
the
not a
bell,
whole.
Apollo.
Honestly, there's a little bit of chocolate in it,
Okay,
and the chocolate, the Dutch processed chocolate, reacts with
right.
acid, and it give it a red hue. And like, because Americans are like, we want things to be like at 100, people had to
Right.
start adding dye to it to get it to be like red, red, red. But also
Ah,
about red velvet is it's also about the texture, because a chocolate cake is just like is richer and denser. Where I feel like
right.
a red velvet cake is a bit lighter and it's velvety. It's it's a texture thing too. It's not just a color thing. So
Okay.
it's not just
Excuse
chocolate
me.
cake
All right.
dyed red. It's a whole
She
thing. I'm
she
getting hot.
said
Getting
she said
hot.
not today. She said not today, Diva.
Not on my watch.
Not on my watch.
Not on my watch.
All right. What other green shit you got?
Oh, one thing that I hated that made me want to cry and never get out of bed again. Uh, a cheese fondue fountain dyed green.
See, that again. It's again yet another thing. I'm like, I can't do it.
I can't do
I
it.
can't. I don't want to eat green sludge. I
That
don't want to
green
do it.
slime.
I don't want to eat it. I don't want to do
I
it.
don't.
I don't want to put it in my mouth.
I don't want to dip my fucking like. I don't know. What do you even put in like fondue? Like little breadsticks or like
Yeah.
strawberries in the fucking.
Yeah, there you remember there used to be do you remember the fondue place that used to be in the Providence Place Mall?
No.
There used to be there used to be a fondue restaurant that was in the Providence Place Mall, and um I remember because I this was before I met Lance. I went on a date there once during my freshman year, and it was
How'd it go? Was it good? Obviously not.
eh. um I don't even remember who the date. I don't even remember the guy, but like, so I was gonna say that should tell you, right off the bat. But like, yeah, it's wild. She's wild. She's crazy. Um, this one I found particularly interesting. Um, People dye lemons green. Now, you may be thinking to yourself, wait, aren't lemons just limes? No. Lemons are so lightly colored, you can dye the inside of them really easily if you just slice them in half, put them in green water, and then they just absorb that food coloring. And there
But
are
why not just get a
people,
lime?
because I don't know. That one, yeah. So that's that.
Because limes already exist.
And it's there's only slight differences. I feel like. I mean, lemons and limes are different, but like only slightly. I feel like
Only
not.
slightly.
There's. I feel like there's not a ton of like differences between lemons and limes.
It's two different flavors. Like there's both like sour,
I
but it's
know,
like a different
but
kind of sour.
it's not like they're not drastically different though.
Not crazy, but it's like I don't know why you can't just use a lime. Whatever you
I
use a
don't
lemon for.
because it's St. Patrick's Day.
Fuck St. Patrick's Day. It's not even
It's
a fucking
St.
holiday.
Patrick's Day.
We don't
All
give a
right,
fuck.
let's do one more, and then we gotta wrap it up.
Oh, this was gross to me. This was gross to me. I did not like this.
Oh,
I don't know why
Oh,
I don't know why I'm so
oh,
severe about it, but
oh,
I really do
oh,
like it.
oh.
I saw like some called it like a spinach smash cake.
What?
A spinach smash cake. A spinach cake. Cake with
Spinach.
spinach in it.
Okay.
Puts a fucking slimy, nasty ass, wrinkly ass fucking in a cake.
This
To
is
turn it
this is
green.
the see. This is the thing. The health nuts. They take it too far. I will put spinach in my smoothie for a little green. Get those immune get that immune system going. That's fine. But no ma'am. Not in my cake. You will not
With a
I
nice
can
vanilla buttercream
I
and
can accept
spinach.
a carrot cake, but a
No,
spinach
carrot cakes
cake
are fierce.
you've
Carrot cakes
you've
are fierce.
you've gone too far. You've simply gone too far. And
You've
this
gone
okay,
too far.
the last one I have,
Hmm.
this one just looks disgusting, and it looks like you're probably eating like Shrek's brains.
No, I don't like
Um,
that. I don't like that at all.
Green mashed potatoes.
For what? For
Just
who?
just imagine
How?
a pile of mashed potatoes, but green. Like it literally the picture that I'm looking at, and they added little. It's funny the picture that I'm looking at. They added little green onions on top because they thought that would somehow make it better. Um, it literally just looks like green mush. Like it
Green
looks like
shit.
you're. It literally like
Green shit is what it gives
diarrhea.
me.
Diarrhea green. The house down, like the toilet down boots. The the
No, not the toilet
the
down boots. We can't.
the toilet lid down boots. Um,
Mm, the toilet cannot be hunty green fierce. No, can't
no,
do that. We
I
can't. We gotta
I
go. We gotta
already
go.
poop. I already poop green. I do not need more assistance from green beer and green mashed potatoes. No, ma'am.
No, thank you.
No, thank
I
you.
gotta go.
But
I gotta go.
I can't live in this world anymore. So
Me neither.
thanks so much for joining us. You can like, subscribe, rate, and review the latest and the gayest on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Amazon Music, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, and Radio Public. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel where you can find all past and present episodes of the latest and the gayest available for free the day that they come out. And you can find the video episode of this week's brand new episode up every Wednesday. Please check back in on Thursdays for Thirsty Thursday Thoughts and Sundays for a little Sunday something. And please check out our link tree, which can be found in the bio of all of our social medias, to not only find all our social media links and where you can listen to the show, but you can also find some charitable organizations that we are promoting at the moment. And follow us on social media on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at TLATGPod to stay up to date on all things the latest and the gayest. And with that, I'm gonna go find a green gun and shoot myself.
Me too, dog.
I don't know. St. Patrick, you've taken it too far.
Taking it too far, and we're coming for your ass.
You
Coming
and
for
your
you.
you and your Irish, you've taken it
You
too
and the
far.
Irish.
You and the Irish. Fuck the Irish.
Me and
I'm
the Irish
kidding.
have beef.
I probably have some Irish in me, but like fuck the Irish.
I'm getting it removed.
Honestly. Yeah.
Honestly.
Bye.
Bye.